Hey y'all, my name is Lyndsey and I have cystic fibrosis. I was diagnosed when I was 2.5. I was fortunate because I led a relatively healthy life. Sure, I went to the doctor every 3 months, took close to 30 pills a day, and did chest physical therapy every day, but that's relatively healthy for someone with CF. The first time I went into the hospital, I was 16. That's when CF started to become real for me. I spent 2 weeks in the hospital getting IV medication and chest physical therapy 3 times a day. We tried to make it fun, decorating my hospital room, eating yummy takeout, and I always had visitors. Over the next couple of years, every school break was spent in the hospital to try to stay as healthy as I could for the school year. When I was 18, they told me I'd need a lung transplant. I told them I would graduate from college first. When the doctors told me I would need a transplant, my family and I decided to start Lyndsey's TLC Foundation. We wanted to help people cover costs that insurance wouldn't cover for them. Things like medication costs or travel costs to get to the best transplant center that they could. I was able to put off transplant until I was 26. I was working full-time and trying to be as normal as possible with a 17% lung function. I was wearing oxygen 24 hours a day and the skinniest I'd ever been. My life was saved on April 4th, 2011. The 10 years since that have not been completely smooth, but I couldn't be more grateful for the bonus time I've had. Because of the CF Foundation, I am part of a generation that saw the first modulators come out. It's something I always hoped and wished for, but was never sure I'd be a part of. For me, Trikafta has brought my quality of life up significantly. I've told you the short version of my life, but what I didn't stress was how much physical pain I've dealt with in my life. I only say that to say I have a pretty high threshold for pain. Before I started Trikafta, I would wake up almost every morning with a debilitating stomach ache. Some days I would be able to push through the pain and make it work. Some days it took over my whole day and I couldn't do anything. Trikafta has completely changed that for me. Now it's down to 1 or 2 stomach aches a month. I have friends who can breathe and won't have to go through a lung transplant. I know a lot of friends who can have a baby now because of Trikafta. It's the money we raise at events like this with CF Foundation that change and save people's lives. I'm sure you may be zoomed out at this point, but these events are so important. Trust me, as a person with a lung disease who is immunocompromised, I'm sick of all the Zooms and pandemic as well. I have to say though, the pandemic is a small glimpse into the things I have to think about every day. Before the pandemic, I had to worry about getting sick by the common cold. It could put me in the hospital. I would love to thank anyone who has taken this pandemic seriously and worn your mask or gotten your vaccination. It's helping me to live a somewhat normal life. Thank you for your continued support of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation and people like me.